I want to tell you a story today. It's a powerful little parable about our most valuable asset. And, let's be honest, our most wasted one. This story, it might just completely change how you look at your day. So let's get into it.
Okay, just imagine this with me for a second. A billionaire calls you up, schedules a meeting, and says they're going to hand you a check for $1 million. Your whole life is about to change, right? But there's just one little condition. You just have to be on time, not 1 minute late. Now let me ask you, would you be late? No way! You'd probably be there an hour early, right? You might not even sleep the night before. You would treat that appointment as absolutely sacred because you know what it's worth. Just hold on to that thought. Now let's bring it back from that fantasy scenario to a problem that so many of us face every single day. It's that feeling, that trap of just having no time. And that brings us to the hero of our story. This is Salman, and Salman has these huge dreams, but he feels completely and totally stuck. You know the drill. His alarm goes off and he just drags himself to a job he doesn't really like. A job that, yeah, it pays the bills, but it just drains him, leaving him totally exhausted at the end of the day. I mean, just look at this gap he's living in. Over on the left, you see his dreams. We're talking freedom, purpose, success. And on the right, that's his reality. A job he dislikes, feeling tired all the time, and just endlessly scrolling on his phone, watching other people live the life he wishes he had.
So how does he deal with this? Well, he tells himself the most dangerous lie you can imagine. It's the same one a lot of us are guilty of, right? I don't have time right now, but one day I'll get to it. One day I'll change my life. The problem is, one day never shows up on the calendar.
But then, one evening, as Salman's just sitting in a park, feeling totally defeated, his life is about to take a hard right turn. He has this chance encounter with a wise old man who can just see the weight he's carrying. Salman just lets it all out, tells the old man everything, and the old man listens. And then he hits him with this. He says, "You are not behind because you don't work. You are behind because you don't work for yourself." Wow, let that sink in. Now, what did he mean by that? This wasn't about being selfish, not at all. It was about responsibility. It was about the fundamental responsibility you have to build your own foundation first. Because think about it. A person who doesn't build their own foundation, well, they'll spend their whole life relying on someone else's. The old man pointed out that we all get the same 24 hours in a day. A billionaire gets 24, you get 24, I get 24. The difference is all about how we spend them. Salman was just giving his time away to his boss, to TV, to social media. He had made everyone else the king of his time and left nothing for himself. Okay, so what's the fix? Well, the old man didn't just point out the problem. He gave him a prescription, a really simple but incredibly powerful idea that was going to change everything for Salman. See, the answer wasn't just to work harder at his job. That's like trying to get out of a hole by digging faster. The answer was construction. It was about building something new, something that belonged only to him. And how do you build this new life, this new foundation? The old man's advice was beautiful. He said, build your kingdom not with bricks, but with habits. One small, consistent action at a time. That's how you build an empire. And the starting point? It was so simple, it was almost ridiculous. Just 1 hour. That's it. Dedicate 1 single hour every single day to building your own future. So Salman went home that night, he put his phone away, turned off the TV, and he scheduled his appointment. But let's be real here. This was not easy. That first week was an absolute war. His brain was screaming for distraction, his body was tired, and this little voice inside kept saying, just quit, do it tomorrow. His whole journey really came down to 4 stages. First, he made the decision. He put that appointment on the calendar. Then came the battle, fighting off all his old habits. Then, the slow and steady construction, laying just 1 brick a day. And finally, the transformation. Because what happened next was magic. Slowly but surely, that 1 hour day started to compound. It started to build on itself, growing into something incredible. The power wasn't in any single day. It was in showing up every day. I mean, this is the compounding effect in action. Look at this timeline. 1 hour a day becomes 30 hours in a month. That's enough time to learn a brand new skill. After a few months, that skill becomes the seed for a small business. And within a year, Those daily appointments literally built him a new life.
And this brings us right back to the central lesson of this whole story. The old man's wisdom showed Salman that his problem was never really about a lack of money. That was just the symptom.
The real reason we feel poor, in time, in opportunity, in life, is because we haven't made an appointment with our own future. Think about it. You would never, ever miss that meeting for $1 million. But we miss the appointment with our own potential every single day, and we don't even think twice.
So what can you do right now, today? It's this simple. Take out your phone or your calendar and schedule 1 hour for yourself. That's step one. Then you protect that hour like it's $1 million meeting. Nothing gets in its way. And then you just show up, day after day. That's it. That 1 hour, that's your secret time. That's where you build your kingdom. It's where you learn, where you create, where you construct the life you actually want. So the only question left is, when is your appointment?